Weird. Turns out they are now scaling back the Hollywood premiere of the live action Snow White film as a result of all these various controversies.
I echo Ethel Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace.
Yeah.
What the F? She attacked Twitter and Elon and finished with Donald Trump.
Man.
Hello, Disney. You're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig and you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense.
But it's also okay to be a princess once in a while. It is. And it's okay to just be entertained once in a while without having like a political message like shoved down your throat.
Guys, we got to talk about Rachel Zegler in the Snow White movie, okay? The House of Mouse is in trouble because Rachel Zegler, this woke actor, foolishly denounced the original movie. I don't know why people feel like they have to denigrate one thing in order to uplift another. I never really understood that. Both movies can be good. Take what's already there and elevate it even higher, but don't tear down the original. Like, how are you going to get people to go see the new one if you're tearing down the old one and you want the people who like the old one to go see the new one? It doesn't make sense, guys. These people are stupid. They really need to get a hold of some of these woke behind actors and actresses. These people are totally out of control. I covered this on the channel a long time ago when this controversy first began. It was around the birth of this channel back in late 2023. And now, fast forward to today, the movie's in trouble. Disney scaling the whole thing back. That's crazy. I'm loving it because not only did this actress ruin the future of this movie with all the stupid things that they were saying, they also screwed up with the way they did the dwarves. And then to top it off, they also got another big surprise as it relates directly to our current political climate in regard to why this movie is being scaled back dramatically, which in my opinion is the biggest reason. If you haven't heard about it, definitely stay tuned because I'm going to react to TYT's Anna Kasparian going off on Rachel Zegler and her wokeness. Let's go ahead and react to this.
Man.
Hello, Disney. You're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig and you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense.
Absolute facts.
It remains unclear whether Disney was listening to Megyn Kelly or maybe they just took all the feedback from conservatives because it turns out
look at this photo. Rachel Zegler don't even look good. She has like no leg meat. She has like no chest meat, and her face isn't attractive. She doesn't have a nice voice. Like, I can't think of a single, maybe different tastes for different people. But that's just my opinion.
Are now scaling back the Hollywood premiere of the live action Snow White film as a result of all these various controversies that have surrounded the actresses starring in the movie. That includes Rachel Zegler, who is Snow White, and Gal Gadot, who plays the evil witch. So Disney pulled out.
In what world would people think it's a good idea to have Gal Gadot play the evil witch? The evil witch is supposed to be ugly. Like, okay, fine.
All the stops for their previous live action movies, including the one for Little Mermaid in 2023, but not so much for Snow White. So there won't be dozens of media outlets on the red carpet looking to interview the actresses, and coverage will be limited to photographers and a house crew. So I think that's really interesting. And as we saw with the video earlier, many Republicans have taken aim at Zegler in the past. So let's actually look back at some of the controversies that lead Disney to this decision. First and foremost, conservatives are mad that Snow White is being played by Rachel Zegler, who is not in fact white. Her mother is Colombian, her father is Polish. Zegler also publicly criticized the original Disney animated movie for its, in her mind, dated storyline. I mean, it did come out in the 30s, so sure. And hinted that the new version will give her character more agency. She said that Snow White is not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Now, before we continue, when you're talking about a lot of these movies, isn't this getting played out, like the boss chick who comes in and just takes over and it makes all the men look incompetent and stupid and dumb, and she's magically physically stronger than all of them, and it doesn't make any sense. And okay, it's okay if you had that like sometimes, I guess, but now you see it in everything, and it's like these people are obsessed, and that's what makes it weird, is when you could tell that the writers and the producers and the actors, all these people involved are like obsessed with having it be woke. It makes it where the storyline doesn't even matter, and it's not even good to look at anymore. It's like, what the hell is going on with this? What happened to this? Why is it not entertaining? Why does it suck ass?
Zegler previously told Vanity Fair, people are making these jokes about ours being the PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is, because it needed that.
Wow.
So when we covered that story, I was critical of some of the comments she was making, because she has this incredible opportunity to be cast in the starring role of Snow White, the live action version. And like, look, I get the antiquated messaging in some of those old like Disney movies. But what I think people forget is that most viewers, especially like people in my generation and stuff, it's not like we watch those movies and like it influenced all of our decision making or anything. And if anything, the remakes of these movies, the reason why they get so much backlash at Disney for doing some of what they do and changing the movie is that it kind of violates the nostalgia that the, moviegoers are looking forward to experiencing.
Yeah, well, their goal, their fetish, their perversion is trying to erase what you love and manipulate and turn it into something ugly and woke and disgusting. And they love doing it. They love that it makes you angry. They love that it disgusts you. It makes them happy. That's what's wrong with these people. And the faster you realize that, the faster you'll subscribe to this channel and like videos like this, because you know that that's what these people are about. These people are weirdos, guys. They love to ruin your life and make you upset. That's what they live for,
I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I make new movies. Like, why do you have to, do you have to remake like a classic with like this whole boss girl, and by the way,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, let me say one other thing, because I really have to make this point. It's important, okay? Finding love is just as important as being an independent boss girl. It is. Okay? My life, I don't know what my life would be if I didn't have Christian in it. I love my husband. He makes my life better, and he supports me on like my worst days. Cheers me on to keep going when I want to give up. Like,
I'm glad somebody said it. How do we get to the point where being in love, getting married, having kids, if there's any woman who likes that sort of thing, it's like, ew, that's so like 1930. Like, are you freaking joking?
Can't stand this narrative of like, oh, true love, I'm gonna have a career. Love is great. Love is great. Your career isn't gonna keep you warm at night. Well, it might, because it'll pay for the heating bills, but you get the point. Both things are important. Don't let anyone persuade you otherwise. Go ahead, Waz.
It's just not that serious, y'all. Like, we don't need to fix Disney movies. We just don't, or the classics or whatever.
I like this guy too.
I just don't understand why it has.
I don't know what else he on. So disclaimer: I've literally never seen this guy before, but he's making sense right now.
To be all of that. And I get it too, like your instinct as an actress or an actor, and this is your career path, and you want to feel like you're doing something that makes a difference and that sends a good message, a message that you could be proud of, or you could just get paid to entertain people. I think there's dignity in that work. I'm sorry. I don't know why you have to be Martin Luther King in Snow White. I just don't get that. I don't understand that. And, just the idea that you even take on a role like this and then go about on the legacy that came before. I just don't think that's necessary, to be honest, man. And whatever, like, I'm glad this lady has convictions. Apparently she's like a free Palestiner, and we know Gal Gadot, she was in the goddamn IDF. Like
Yeah.
that's problematic in and of itself, in terms of a work dynamic. But I'm with you, and I think this is so overdone, man.
And by the way, like we're going to get to Gal Gadot in just a minute, but I think they're worried about reporters asking her questions about Israel and stuff. But just staying on, I think it's Zegler, so apologies for mispronouncing her name. Zegler has made comments that, look, whether you want to accept it or not, when we're talking about film, TV, like entertainment, if you're going out of your way to attack or criticize one side of the political aisle, it's going to hurt your movie, right? So Zegler has said things like, following the election, she posted a message to her Instagram story stating, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace, and F Donald Trump," which is what Megyn Kelly, by the way, was referencing in the video that we were showing earlier. She also stated that she found it disturbing that people were sharing support for Palestine with an AI-generated "all eyes on Rafah" image. It's just like, I think people are really tired of being scolded, right? Even when they're doing something good. So in this case, okay, you're using an AI generated image. We're going to be okay. They're on the right side of the issue. They're trying to draw awareness or bring awareness to what's happening.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care to hear anything that any celebrity has to say at all. It's different if this whole channel is made to promote a message or multiple messages. It's different if that's what is catered around. But if you imagine if I'm going and I'm gonna be Captain America and then I'm promoting any type of politics whatsoever as it relates to me as an actor, I'm supposed to be promoting the movie, not my own personal ambitions and goals and trying to turn it into something else or use my platform for this. No, you're supposed to promote the movie. Maybe after the movie's out, then you can say all this crazy stuff because then you're not going to impact sales. But these dummies, they go out on the red carpet before the movie's even out, and then they start spewing all this nonsense, pissing people off so nobody even wants to see the damn thing.
To Palestinians in Rafah. But the controversy surrounding Disney's choices and Zegler's comments aren't the only controversies that Disney's worried about. So Gal Gadot, who is Israeli, has become an outspoken supporter of Israel on social media as well.
There we go, guys. Anti-Semitism again. They already shafted Josh Shapiro. Remember when he was supposed to get picked as VP for Kamala Harris over Tampon Tim Walz? Instead, they picked Tommy Pickles, aka Tampon Tim Walz, as Kamala Harris's presumptive VP nomination. That's why her stupid dumbass wannabe blackhead ass got cooked in the election by Donald Trump, didn't win a single swing state. Old goofy looking ass, old Indian American ass, wanna be black so bad as she got destroyed because of anti-Semitism. This movie's also getting destroyed for anti-Semitism again, because I didn't even know this until, obviously I prepared for this video, so I found out before the video rolled, but whoop, there it is. That's one of the reasons I decided to do this video, is because I like, damn, anti-Semitism strikes again in the entertainment industry. They're trying to hide the actors who happen to be Israel supporters. They're trying to hide the movie now because they don't want these crazy Hamas supporting types to show up and start bombing movie theaters or something ridiculous, because I would not put it past these lunatics to start occupying theaters and even blowing ish up at the rate that they've been going.
As well as in a passionate speech she delivered on March 4th when she was honored at the Anti-Defamation League's annual summit in New York City. Here's what she was quoted as saying: "Never did I imagine that on the streets of the United States and different cities around the world, we would see people not condemning Hamas, but celebrating, justifying, and cheering on a massacre of Jews." Disney's worried about what kind of questions are going to be asked by the media. If this was a typical movie premiere in Hollywood. Variety reported last month several dozen pro-Palestine protesters gathered outside the Hollywood premiere of Captain America: Brave New World and called for a boycott of the film over its inclusion of the Israeli superhero Ruth Bat Seraph, aka Sabra, played by Israeli actress Shira Haas. So they're just trying to avoid that similar situation with the Hollywood premiere of Snow White.
It's Snow White, guys. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? I mean,
Make
like, they just
new
don't.
movies. Make
Yeah,
new movies.
there you
Don't
go.
remake old movies. Just make new movies. Like if you want to have like again, you want movies that have certain messages, just write new movies. Why is it that difficult? I don't know. I don't understand. Like you're screwing with people's nostalgia. And I think as adults, we understand the problematic messages for movies that were created in the freaking 1930s. The culture was different then. I get that. But it's also okay to be a princess once in a while. It is. And it's okay to just be entertained once in a while without having like a political message like shoved down your throat. And I think most people are kind of feeling that right now. We need an escape from politics time to time. So
yeah, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm making this video, even though there's other political things going on right now, because guys, these people love to destroy what you love. They want wokeness. They want LGBTQ in everything. They want to shove it down your throat. They want to be obnoxious about it. They want to upset you, to hurt you, to change your traditions, your culture, your values. They want it to be nihilistic and dark and evil. And that's why they keep messing with these kids and promoting all this weirdo stuff in kids and doing these drag story times and promoting transgenderism to literal elementary school kids and getting validated to literal children because they know the adults ain't gonna stand for all that weird nonsense, right? That's the people in entertainment. If I didn't make the connection clear, a lot of the Rainbow Clan, the alphabet community, are the people who have taken over a lot of the entertainment. That's why a lot of it's coming out so weird and woke and disgusting. You should have kept this woke actress on a leash and this would have never happened. Shouldn't have been a bunch of anti-Semites and this would have never happened. You should have kept this woke garbage out of the movies and this would have never happened. You could have made billions of dollars. Instead, you're losing billions of dollars over and over and over again. The girl boss stuff doesn't sell. As soon as you realize that, you can get back to making some money. But until then, I hope you fail. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Picture a Broadway actress who issued a post saying, F Biden supporters. May Biden or Kamala never have a moment's peace. That person would be fired so fast it would make your head spin. They wouldn't last one more minute in any Hollywood role. This is truly like, she has to go. I'm sorry, Disney. She has to go.